If you were to judge things on that subjective level, got into a fairly good draw. But he is yet to be severely tested. And Lozano now will have a break point. Guillermo Perez Roldan was the other seed in this bracket of Connors. He was knocked out. But Connors has yet to have to play a highly ranked unseeded player like a Krifstein or a Woodford or a Chang. A double fault by Connors on a break point. So we're back on serve at 1-all, second set. Woody Allen takes you for a weekend in the country in a Midsummer Night's Sex Comedy. You'll see it Monday, September 19th at 9, 8 Central on USA. Now, Woody Allen was a big Armando Vieira fan.
Connors comes right back with a two-hander after losing his serve. The one guy that played Connors very well the year he won Wimbledon was Arthur Ashe in that 1975 final. He slid that ball out wide, took a lot of pace off, and it worked. Of course, that was on the grass over at Wimbledon, but I would think maybe Lozano maybe ought to try that a little bit. Mix it up, slide it out wide. Hit.
It's got to be hard for him, though, because he doesn't really have a weapon. He doesn't have anything that he can utilize to attack Connors with or pressure him, does he?
Not at this stage. I'm surprised he isn't trying to go in more. He obviously is a good serve and volleyer with Witskin in the doubles, and staying in rallies with Connors is eventual sudden death.
Yes.
Let. Lozano had good results. You know, he beat Jim Grab in that first round. Grab has had an excellent year. Very impressive one. A win over Seguso, and as you mentioned, Ted knocking off the number 12 seed, Guillermo Perez Roldan.
30.
No call. Ace number 2 for Jorge.
Connors trying to break back after winning the first set easily, 6 games to 1. But he's just lost 2 break points. And the first 3 games of this set have been far from inspirational. Both players playing a little sloppy. On some good chances. And we're back to deuce.
Oh. He really looked there like he changed his mind. It looked like for a moment he was going to try and hit that volley on the full and then realized he wouldn't be able to do it. And by the time he started to back up, the ball was already on him.
Oh, break point here for Connors. Nice, strong first serve. That's the one weapon Lozano seems to have that can do him some good when he gets the first serve in, Barry.
Absolutely. He opened up the court there, came in well. He needs to keep pressing as much as he can on the serve because, as we've said before, rallies with Connors are just not the thing.
And on Lozano's 14 second serve points in this match, he's only won 3 of them. There's the statistical proof that he better get the first one in. And Connors will have another break point. His 4th of this game. Connors needed just 21 minutes to win the first set. The first 3 games of the second set have taken 23 minutes.
Ace number 3 for Lozano. Well, Jorge beat the Duke and Duco Odazor over in Nigeria in Lagos last year on the Challenger circuit. That's a good win. I mean, he obviously knows how to play, but right now he's just not putting it together. Hold on. Since he looks like he might have really turned his ankle there. He's grimacing. That's why up slowly. I think he really grimaced as he went down there. He's going to take it slow now. Watch it now. Lozano lunges for the high backhand volley. Connors on the full run now right here. Ooh, you can see it. The left ankle definitely turned there. One more look here. Right there. It was the right. Thanks, Ted. On that replay, you could see that the right ankle was the one that slipped.
Having been there once, that's a scary feeling.
The question is it going to swell up a little bit as he keeps playing here?
You're right. Although the mere fact he's able to walk on it is a good sign. I can remember vividly hearing something snap and crack once upon a time, and that's a terrible feeling.
Did you do that?
Yeah. I didn't get up. So our marathon games here continue in the second set. Jimmy Connors winning the first set easily, 6-1, and this second set has been a struggle in Lozano's 2 service games. Connors broke him in the first one. This is the 6th deuce point in this game.
Now that's the return that Connors hit so well. That high bouncing serve down the center. Jimmy just lunges to his left, gets that forehand on it.
The 6th break point of this game for Connors. Connors finally comes to net to break. More tennis after these words from your local cable systems.
I'm very flattered.
She said.
Stop! Please!
She cried.
Murder.
She wrote.
Say that again.
Murder, She Wrote on USA starts October 3rd.
I'd say I played today as well as I ever have. My opponent could not return my serve, was destroyed by my backhand, and had a rough time with my net play. Tormented, in fact. All in all, I'd say I'm pretty happy with my game today.
Mr. Cavett?
Hi.
Thanks for playing with me.
That's okay.
I guess it wasn't much fun for you.
What? No,
I mean, this is my first time playing.
Your first? Oh, was it? Oh, bet that's your bus over there, right near the zoo. It may have been her first time, but she was very good.
How does the Players Club card work? Like magic. In Las Vegas, Atlantic City, the Caribbean, Reno, Lake Tahoe, even on cruise ships. Just show your Players Club card and save on room. Show the card and save on shows. And save on food. And how about 2 free room nights in Las Vegas or Atlantic City when you use our Super Saver airfare for the most exciting times of your life called Players Club? Now.
Today's coverage of the 1988 U.S. Open is being brought to you by Subaru. We built our reputation by building a better car. By Evian, the official natural spring water of the U.S. Open. And by Lucite Paint. Give it your best. Give it Lucite. Lucite, the art and science of painting. Stadium court at the U.S. Open. And Jorge Lozano has had tournament referee Gail Bradshaw come out to the court during this changeover.
Announce to the crowd that will be a 3-minute injury timeout.
A 3-minute injury timeout will be coming up for Lozano.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be a 3-minute injury timeout.
Well, I tell you what, I think he's got some problems with that ankle. I mean, even though it didn't look real bad, it might start to swell up right here. As we have a look at the right ankle of Jorge Lozano. Sounds like they're going to tape it real quickly.
Now, Lozano has an interesting dilemma, if you want to call it that, Barry, because he's playing here in singles, and obviously you'd be considered a massive long shot here, but he and Todd Witzkin are the second-seeded doubles team, and they're still alive in the quarterfinals.
And I'm sure Witzkin is watching with interest here as the trainer. This is not Bill Norris. We'll find out in a moment who this gentleman is that has come out to courtside. Bill Norris, the longtime ATP trainer, has been up in the locker room.
That's what I'm putting this on for.
You can hear him talking.
I'm not going up to your shoulder.
Boy.
I'm surprised, Barry, and you may explain this since you played the sport, that more tennis players don't tape before matches.
Yeah.
I mean, a basketball player would never consider playing a game without having an ankle tape.
Yeah, well, it is unusual, Ted, because there is a lot of stress and strain on the ankle. You change directions, and that particular shot that Lozano went down on, he was basically trying to change directions because Connor had hit the ball away from him. And the reason that Gail Bradshaw is right there, it's his responsibility to make sure that this injury timeout does not last more than 3 minutes. We'll show it to you one more time how Lozano turned on the ankle. Now he takes off. Watch the right foot right there. Look at that. It turned out. Good replay, slow motion of what happened to that right ankle. I thought for a moment it was his left, but no question about it, that was it. And he right here, he's grimacing. We're behind him. There is Gail Bradshaw, the tournament referee, staying right with the trainer, making sure that the injury timeout does not take more than 3 minutes. Jimmy Connors, meanwhile, has got to try and stay warm, and he's working on his serve.
All right, 1 minute left. All right, Bob's going to stay over here in the tunnel, and the next changeover.
Bradshaw is explaining to Leon Lip what will happen also. Now, can Lozano hit any balls when he comes back out?
Technically not. They got to start.
If he mentions it, Bob will be right in the tunnel, and then it's just a regular 90-second changeover.
That is Leon Lip from Dallas, Texas, in the chair. Bradshaw has said that the trainer will be right in the tunnel, directly across from Leon Lip, standing by. And so Lozano taped up now with that right ankle.
Please take your seats, ladies and
And
gentlemen.
we'll see if that helps his movement. Thank you.
Well, he's down a set and a break now as Connor serves. It's out. Nope, that's good.
No call.
Wow.
And so, very first point is Lozano has a smile there. He comes back. You mentioned Ted Lozano and Woodskin still very much alive in the doubles. They are playing against Corita and Levine in that quarterfinal match.
Number 1 seed in men's doubles. Flack and Seguso are alive. They're in the quarters as well. And the team we saw several nights ago on USA of Paul Annacone and Patrick McEnroe also in the quarterfinals.
He's still having trouble pushing off on that right foot.
And quickness is one of his strengths. You take that away from him and he's really in trouble. O'Connor's looking for an easy service game here as it's 40-15.
He definitely is slowed down.
All right, so Connors leads 3-1 first set. The man who treated Lozano, ATP trainer Bob Slaughter, is now down in the tunnel with Steve Alvarez.
Thank you very much, Ted. Bob Slaughter, USTA trainer, is down here. You taped Lozano's ankle. Did he complain of much pain?
No. I think his sprain right now is probably sprains are classified 1, 2, and 3 from the minor to the more sophisticated sprain. His is about a half. He shows no swelling. He doesn't seem to have any tenderness in any one place. He just, I think, probably everted it a little bit, and it's uncomfortable. There's no question about that. But
will the wrap job just give him support? It can't really help him.
No, it'll support the ligaments on the lateral side of his knee and of his ankle, and he'll be all right. It looks like he's moving pretty good right now.
You're here on standby just in case?
Yeah, in case he needs some changes in the wrap, whether it's too tight or not tight enough or so forth.
Okay, thanks, Bob. Back to you, Ted.
It is 30-love here in Lozano's service game.
30-15.
And now a double fault. That's his fourth.
Well, I'm not a trainer, but it looked to me like he wrapped that thing very tight. And if that ankle starts to swell, well, it hurt a little bit.
Did you ever wrap your ankles when you played?
Never did, Ted.
Never taped them, huh?
No. Of course, I never moved fast enough anyway. When I never changed directions. Once I got going one direction, it never came back. That's long.
30 all. Lozano has held his serve just once in the match.
You know, you have to wonder what's going through Lozano's mind now, because he is doing well in the doubles, and if he would injure this ankle a bit more here, he might have to even pull out of the doubles. I'm sure that it's running through his mind right now.
It is.
Connors has got to concentrate too here. Once you have a delay like that, and I'm sure that Jimmy realizes Lozano is not moving as well, and he's got to be careful not to let down at all. But knowing Connors, he's certainly not going to do that.
First serve.
Being the great competitor he is, a wounded prey he'd be pouncing on.
Close it out. Yeah.
Advantage Connor.
Great point for Connors. To go up 4-1 in the second, he won the first set 6-1. And Connors does break. So Jimmy Connors right now is cruising against Jorge Lozano.
Leads 4-1.
6-1 in the first set, 4-1 in the second set. Now let's go to John Barrett and Ann White on the grandstand,
where Chris Evert is serving for the match. Leading 5-3 in the second set, playing with Wendy Turnbull against Claudia Koda-Kilch and Helena Sukova, who'll receive serve now. 15-love.
I tell you, it's been all Chris Evert out there today, John. She's been explosive, taking command of the points, being a lot more aggressive than she usually is in doubles. I think she's getting ready for her semifinal showdown, possibly with Steffi.
Well, it's always a good thing to come out and play doubles to get practice for your singles. Of course, you'll play Manuela Maleva tomorrow, the number 6 seed.
You notice how Wendy and Chris are communicating a lot out there. It's so important in doubles to talk to your partner and let each other know what you're doing.
Oh, that's good judgment. It would have been so easy to have been tempted to go for that difficult smash. Instead, she lets it drop, and 2 match points. So, still match point, and a little discussion there, probably about where she's going to serve. Well, a little misunderstanding there. Chris Evert thought that Wendy Turnbull was going to play the first return of serve and had to adjust suddenly for the surprise volley. And it's been Claudia Koda-Kilch, really, who's been the weaker link across the net. So, for the third time, match point. Even Chris can see the funny side of that. It's been a very aggressive display by her today, and this rally rather typical of the way she's taken charge of the match, although on this occasion a little bit too slow in reacting for the final volley. Deuce. And a wonderful interception there. Coda Kilch realizing that the return of serve of her partner had been good enough to produce the defensive volley, so a break point. And they've done it. Sukova and Coda Kilch are still alive, but they're 5-4 down in the second set. We'll be back for more tennis after this.
At Citicorp, we believe it takes people with vision to help people with dreams. So many of our people come from fields beyond banking. Untypical bankers, untypical thinking has made us America's largest financial services company. As Citicorp and Citibank, we're already helping 1 in 5 American families. We'd like you to get to know us better. Citicorp, because Americans want to succeed, not just survive.
I've got a headache this big, and it's screaming for Excedrin.
I've got a headache this big, and it's screaming for Excedrin.
I've got a headache this big, and it's screaming for Excedrin.
Excedrin, the headache medicine. More medicine than regular strength pain relievers. This much more. Nothing proven stronger without a prescription.
I had a headache this big, but I took Excedrin, and it's gone.
It's gone.
Gone.
Excedrin, from Bristol-Myers. Excedrin, the headache medicine.
We go above and beyond just like you, above and beyond what we have to do.
I'm a Prudential representative, and I help people review their life insurance needs, because I know how much the right life insurance means to me and my family.
You take pride in your life, so do we. Going above and beyond is our policy. So watch the Prudential above and beyond.
Back live on the stadium court, Jimmy Connors is serving for the second set against Jorge Lozano. 15 love.
30 love. Ooh, no call. That ball looked like it was wide. Lozano's going to point right to the spot where it hit. Well wide, he thought, of that sideline.
30 love.
Leon Lipp.
I love when they point. I mean, you know, what do they think is going to happen when a player points to the court?
Well, he probably wants that umpire to get out of the chair, come over, have a look at it. Leon's not about ready to do that. Let's listen.
Why you tell me that the ball is good? Why you tell me that the ball is good? Why you think he stand there for and to serve a second serve? Don't tell me that the ball is good. He's supposed to be much out.
Well, Leon Lipp not impressed with the...
You needed a break, huh?
Jimmy not about ready to concede the point either. It's 30 love. The point stands. No call. Clean shot.
Connors painting that sideline twice, and now he has 3 set points. And Connors closes out the set easily, and now has moved out to a 2-0 lead over Jorge Lozano. And now let's go back to the exciting women's doubles match on the grandstand with John Barrett and Ann White.
Claudia Coda Kilch, it is serving. She's 40-30, but it's 4-5 in the second set. And Deuce. It's been a fine doubles match, this. I must say that Coda Kilch and Sukova not playing as well as they were a year or so ago when they were